Welcome to Olympus. My name is Ryan. Today we're going to be going through the final adventure, adventure number 13. For those of you who have just started playing or haven't played very long, adventure 13 is the absolute penultimate adventure that you can get to. There is no adventure 14, so this is going to be the last one that you can do, but the nice thing is that it has the best possible rewards. So the best advice that I can give to anyone is continue whenever you can, do adventure 13 and continue to do adventure 13. Not only does it get you more chaos particles and pet summoning eggs that you'll need to max out your pets, but it also gives you more pet potions. And I know what you're thinking, pet potions probably aren't going to be needed for the most part after a while, but these pet potions can be traded in whenever they have an event that allows you to trade these in for very useful items. So you still want to accumulate as many pet potions as possible. Adventure 13 is also unique in that it actually changes. The adventure map changes daily and incorporates elements from other maps. Please check the daily map to see. So if we go to here, we can see that the daily map is actually going to be adventure 12. So on the Hero Wars Olympus blog page, you can see and basically choose the path based off either 9, 10, 11, or 12, and then use that path to keep on moving forward and finishing the adventure. Now, the difference here with adventure 13 is that the debuffs are going to be harder than on 12, 11, 10, or 9, right? So it is going to be a harder adventure. The teams are going to be stronger, but you can still follow the same paths. Now, let's go ahead and check out this adventure 13. We have a 100% control boost, a 100% energy gain for tanks, and the pet energy gain as well. Let's go ahead, create the group, and begin. This one, as I mentioned, is adventure 12. So if you saw the adventure 12 video, the path is going to look very, very similar. We're going to go ahead and take out number 9 first so that we can keep on going the right side up. So we're going to just go ahead, skip all of these battles. You don't need to see me fight. That's not what you're here for. But you should notice that the buffs, the anti-buffs, are a little bit more like there's more of them on this side than an adventure 12. Like this one had a 100% debuff on magic attack. And if you scroll up here, might not be that one right here, right? Magic damage resist by 100. That wasn't there on adventure 12. It was 90%, right? So because of that, these are going to be harder. Now you're probably asking, hey, Ryan, why aren't you actually using different heroes? Well, one of the kind of ways that you can get around most of these teams is by just using heroes that do all different types of damage. And while Aurora and Celeste might be doing only magic attack, the nice thing is that they also provide some very good buffs for my team. Aurora does dodge, Celeste does healing / stopping the other team from healing, and Zhu does physical attack, with Sebastian also does a lot of pure damage. So it hits all three of the aspects, which is why I use this team. If you want to have one team that you can use, I would also suggest doing something similar. Now, this type of team is not going to be very effective if I was actually trying to fight an arena, right? But on here, where the teams are, as you can see here, like 65 or 658,000, my team's about like 1.1 million, it will still be an effective strategy. And we can see here still a decreased magic damage, but we're going to keep on moving forward. As we did on the Adventure 12, we're going to cut across, and we're going to be going up 15 and 28. So boom, we finished that. Now we're going to be going to 15. We're going to be going inward to make the person who goes in the middle a little bit more. As a reminder, if you go on the left path or the right path, this is the stopping the magic attack teams. If you go on the left path, that is going to stop the physical attack teams. So either path, just make sure you have the right teams before you begin. Now, this also does require level 130 to keep on moving forward. I would suggest if you're having trouble with Adventure 12, but you're able to do it sometimes, don't leave that adventure until you've pretty much mastered it and are able to do it 100% of the time. Then start to move to Adventure 13 whenever you can. You don't want to try to waste your resources or your guild's resources and other people who join the adventure with you. All right, so we finished here. Now I am going to go up and take this number 32 to knock this out so that the boss, number 27, doesn't have that debuff. And it will make it a little bit easier for my person who's going to be taking it on the going the left side. It'll be easier for them to knock that out without having to go up to 32 as well. So we'll go to 21 and then 13, and then this adventure will be pretty much done on our part. We'll just have to wait for a few other members of my guild to join. Victory there. And lastly, we're going to go number 13, and this will be the last battle. And there we go. Okay, so we finished that out. I have one chest, and again, as always, I went 9, then up the far right, down through the middle, to 28, 29, 32, then back here to 21, 13. I'm going to go ahead, invite a few guildies here who might join, and they'll take the other paths, and then that will be the adventure. Now, I will say this. The last kind of caveat here is if this adventure 13 is adventure 10, I do want to try to skip it if possible, because adventure 10 requires a lot of coordination between your guild. And if you're all on at the same time, maybe that's easier for you. But if you are only able to log in once or twice a day, adventure 10 is going to be a pretty big challenge. So whenever adventure 10 comes around, usually what I like to do is I am going to leave this adventure up, even whenever I get all the chests, for the full day. And what will happen is the next day, I'll be able to exit the adventure. And if it's an adventure 10 that I'm supposed to be doing, instead of doing the adventure 10, I would just be able to raid the previous day's adventure to get all my resources from those adventures that I would have done, right? So like these adventure portals, you're going to get 1 per day. So you would just use that on the adventure 10 by raiding it. And then the only time this doesn't work is if adventure 10 happens twice in a row. If that happens, then the second day, maybe you do have to do adventure 10 if you're trying to get your daily reward. Other than that, I've only had that happen probably 3 times over the past year and a half that I've finished the adventures. So it's relatively infrequent, but that's what I would try. And that's it. That's all you need to do. That is the final adventure. If you've beaten that, congratulations. Just keep on beating it over and over to keep on getting more pet resources. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk with you soon.